my God. And I'm going to approach this nicely because y'all know I'm in my nice era. Like, I really am. Okay, white allies, we have to have a discussion. Now, this video is not about my personal opinions concerning white allies and if they even exist. Because me personally, I think all of y'all are racist. Now, I think y'all are racist to varying degrees and in, various ways. But I do think all of y'all are racist. But that's not even the point of this video. That's not the point of this video. Let's put that aside, right? Let's pretend that there are legitimate white allies, all right? Can we talk about how to be better allies? Because I get that some of y'all, are trying to use your voice to speak up for other people. And in this case, I'm going to be talking about black people, right? You're trying to use your voice to speak up for black people and stuff, right? But can we discuss when and when not to do that? So, because I feel like a lot of y'all, and I'm trying to give folks the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to assume that people's intentions are good and that it's not just you all trying to get brownie points for being a woke whitey and stuff. I'm going to assume that, again, your intentions are actually good and you actually trying to be helpful, right? White allies, we don't need you sharing any thoughts or opinions in black conversations. We don't need you here, right? What your job is when you around white people and a white person does something racist, that's when you step in and you do your white ally thing, right? That's when you get to yapping, okay? But in the black community and in black conversations, we really don't need y'all yapping. That's a distraction to us, okay? Now, let me tell y'all what prompted me to make this video, right? A lot of people are divided about Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance. Some people are saying it was trash. I'm one of those people, okay? And other people are saying, hey, there was this symbolism and yada, 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 and I think it was great, right? And whichever side you're on, good for you, right? But this is the thing. There have been a lot of conversations in the black community specifically talking about this, right? Because, black people are like, hey, he was talking about the revolution and so and so and so and yada, yada, yada. These are awesome conversations for the black community to have, regardless of which side you're on, right? But why are there white people in these conversations? Like, I saw a post, right? This white lady came and commented. She was like, golly gee willikers, like, I copy and pasted this from someone else, but I just thought I'd share this, right? And she pasted this whole comment that apparently a black man originally wrote, right? And, it was this whole comment dissecting Kendrick Lamar's performance from the perspective of a black man, which is, that's awesome, right? You're a black man. You're talking in the black male experience, right? Awesome. But why is a white woman in the middle of a black conversation like, let me share this with you guys? Like, why are you here? Like, how about when white people are saying whatever they have to say about Kendrick's performance, you share that with them. You say, hey, look at this comment that I saw from a black guy that said ABC and XYZ, right? That's when you do that. But in the middle of a black conversation, you really not needed here. We don't need that. We can just talk to each other. We can get the black male perspective directly from black men. Like, why are you here? So I click on this woman's page just to make sure she's actually white. Because, sometimes people be having random profile pictures as a joke and stuff, right? And indeed, she is a white woman and she has a biracial child. And I'm sorry, y'all. Am I the only person who feels like a lot of times, white women specifically, because I don't really see it with white men who have biracial children. I don't really see it. But to be fair, most white people with biracial children are women, right? But a lot of times, it be seeming like white women be using their biracial kids as like a foot in the door to the black community. Like, they be all up in every black conversation and always with the disclaimer, oh, I have a biracial child and this is my opinion, ABC, XYZ. Girl, we don't give a damn. Like, baby, your biracial child is barely a part of the black community. They barely get to speak on stuff. So what make you think that you get to be all up in the Kool-Aid and you not even remotely like mixed with black or nothing? Like, what? Again, I'm going to try to give y'all a benefit of the doubt and assume that your intentions really are good. I'm going to assume that you had a biracial child and you're like, whoa, like I see the things that my biracial child goes through on the basis of being half black. Let me try to advocate for my child and so and so and so. I'm going to assume the intentions are good, right? Well, most of the time it ain't, okay? Because half of y'all be talking about, oh yeah, I get box braids and use the N-word because I have a biracial child. The braids don't even stay in your biracial child's head. Your child don't even got the hair type for box braids and can't halfway say the damn N-word they self. And somehow you think that gives you some leeway into those things. Like, what, right? But again, I'm going to get a benefit of the doubt and say, look, we're just going to say for the purposes of this that you're coming from a good place, right? But it's like, it's not your place. It's not your place, right? Again, how about you go to the white community and you tell them, yeah, I have a biracial child. I'm advocating. I see what my biracial child goes through because they're half black and so and so and so. You go do that with white folks. We don't need you all in the black community. That's what confuses me. Y'all swear that y'all are such big advocates and stuff, right? But then y'all be like, yeah, like my racist family, you know, they're always super racist during Thanksgiving and I never say anything because I don't want to start a fight. So when it's time for you to actually be an ally and advocate, you don't say nothing, right? You don't say nothing. But when it's time to talk over black people and be all in our fucking business, then suddenly you the biggest ally and advocate and got so much to say. Like, what? This is my thing. I'm always trying to put myself in other people's shoes, right? I'm an LGBTQ ally through and through, right? And mind you, I was raised to be homophobic. I was raised by older black Christians, 3 different types of homophobic. Older people are homophobic, black people are homophobic, and Christians are homophobic, right? I was raised by parents who are all 3 of those things, right? So for a long time, I was homophobic. That was how I was raised. That's what I truly believed, right? But then when I got to college, you know, I was messing with this guy, the worst man in the world. I hope nothing but suffering upon that man's head, right? But I remember I was just so hurt one day, right? I would remember I was walking to class. No, I was walking back home. I got off the bus, right? And that was back in like that had to be 2014 or 2015, y'all. And y'all remember the show The Vampire Diaries? If you watch The Vampire Diaries, right, they had this thing in this show where they call it compelling, right? So a vampire can basically brainwash you. So they can look in your eyes and hypnotize you and be like, yeah, walk away and act like you never saw me sucking this person's blood. And you'll just forget. You get hypnotized, right? So I remember I was walking back to my dorm in my feelings, right? And I was like, I wish somebody could compel me to forget this nigga. like I wish I never knew this nigga existed, right? And then I stopped to think to myself, if I can't help who I love, how can anybody else help who they love? Like, because I don't want to love this nigga. Like, what? So if I can't help it, then how can I be homophobic? And clearly gay people can't help it either, right? So I have been an LGBTQ ally ever since then, through and through, all the time, right? And like I said, black people are very homophobic, and I stand on that shit. When black people say some homophobic shit, because they always do, it always gets brought up, right? I always clock that T. Like, you don't, shut up. That shit don't even make sense, right? But you know what I don't do? I don't get in the middle of LGBTQ people's conversations. When they're talking amongst each other about whatever, that's not the time for me to be like, oh, well, yeah, I saw this gay person say so and so and so and yada, yada, yada. No, I'm not finna interrupt your conversation and take up a bunch of space and derail it and center myself and my voice and so and so and so. That's not what the fuck I'm gonna do. But what I am gonna do is stand up for you when I'm around straight people when somebody says something homophobic, because that's my time to be an ally. That's my time to speak up. I don't get why white people are not realizing this. Your time to be an ally is not when black people are trying to have a conversation. Shut your ass up then. This is not the time to center your voice or whatever. Your time to be an ally is when white people are having them conversations that you need to get in on and clock T within. Again, I'm trying to assume that folks are coming from a good place because this is everybody's first time living. We all learning, right? We all learning, absolutely. But I think that white people have a serious issue with hearing themselves speak. They always got to be at the forefront of everything. They always got to be the one talking, the voice being heard, the so and so and so. I swear before God, and I don't even believe in God, but maybe like Scarlett O'Hara said, as God is my witness, I swear before God that every time I see any sort of minority group, doing anything, white people are still at the forefront of it. Like, quite literally, right? It could be a women in STEM thing. White women are going to be the face of it. It could be disabled people in college group. White people are going to be the face of it. It could be LGBTQ people group in college, whatever. White people are going to be the face of it every single time without fail, no matter what. And I swear to God, I'm at the point where I really want to hear less from white people. I really do. Like, I be having to tell y'all, baby, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We done heard enough from you. Shut up. It's time to hear from somebody else's voices, please. My goodness. Like, it's so frustrating. We get it. Shut up. It's so irritating as a black person because I promise you, 100% of the time, It ain't never, ever, ever a black space or a black conversation that is completely free from non-black people. I'm not even going to just say white people. No, all of y'all non-black people. There is never a time or a space where it is just us. It is just, us vibing, talking, whatever. It's always going to have to be some allies or something in the mix. Like you can literally join the Black Student Union. It's going to be non-black people in that. I'm not even joking. You can literally be having whatever black conversation. Like, y'all, I'm in this group on Facebook, right? Let's just say it's a black language learners group, right? Let's say that for the purposes of this video, okay? It be white people and Asians in the black language learners group. Why are you in here? Why are you in here? Like this is the black language learners group. I don't get it because I've never seen Asian language learners or white language learners, Eastern European language learners, and been like, golly gee, let me join that group. I ain't Asian, I ain't white, I ain't Eastern European. What's the point of me being in there? So I don't get why y'all see the black so-and-so group and y'all are like, I need to be in there, right? Y'all got this weird overseer thing when it comes to black people. You always got to be watching us. You always got to be studying and making sure and whatever. Like, leave us alone for a minute. Shut up. My goodness, it's so frustrating.